Not all fish come with fins. Here we have a picture of molluscan shellfish, which we'll be just talking about today. Some come in shells and some come without shells. Mollusks come in two different types. We have gastropods and cephalopods. The gastropods refers to the stomach-footed animals, and they can be one-shelled, such as univalves, snails, conch, and abalone, or have two shells and be called bivalves, the clams, oysters, scallops, and mussels. Depending on where you live, each are very popular in restaurants. Cephalopods, the squid, cuttlefish, and octopus, have gained a lot of traction in the last few years, and octopus is one of the most popular selling dishes on restaurant menus. Here we have the shellfish identification tag, which you should have learned about in food safety class. The most important thing to remember about this tag is required to be attached to the bag or the container, and you need to keep it for 90 days until the last one is sold. It'll come with all types of information that's listed here, and you should have a good filing system so once they're used up, you know where to find the tags because the health department will ask. I personally like to use a binder clip and clip it to my Metro shelving in the walk-in, and then I can open it, slide them on, and then remove them from the back once 90 days has passed. The shellfish tag is a federal program. The National Shellfish Sanitation Program requires us to keep it. One of the main reasons we keep it is because of the diseases listed below. Hepatitis, which is a really bad one, doesn't even show up for about 2 months. So we need that extra 30 days to start getting our information together, report it to the CDC or the local health department, and have them start trying to find out where the outbreak started. Red tide, which causes a lot of toxins to get inside of our shellfish, is a seasonal process. As you can see in the two pictures, on the bottom left there's an inland bay. The bloom shows up as bright red, and on the right, off the coast of La Jolla in California, you can see the size is just massive. If this gets into our shellfish and then the shellfish get into us, you can get quite sick. So therefore, there's many regulations in place, and we have to pay attention to warnings released by the National Marine Fishery Services. Here we see a shellfish depuration tank. This is a fairly large one. It's probably about 4 or 5 feet across in each direction. You notice there are a couple of pumps on the side. They suck the water out and they bring it around the sides through 4 different filters. It goes down, and to the left, the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little yellow housing that's an ultraviolet light. And then it comes up in those 2 shower heads on the top. This tank needs to be pH balanced and temperature controlled, much like a lobster tank or a crustacean tank. And some advantages are it's going to filter out all the sand and all of the physical contaminants that may be in the shellfish. It will also kill bacteria. That's the biggest advantage of the ultraviolet light. It won't kill viruses, but it could dilute them. This water is pH balanced and temperature controlled, but it's pure. So some disadvantages are going to be, 1, it's costly and expensive, and 2, since the shellfish are not filter feeding at this point, they're going to start to lose flavor. You may hear the word maximum sustainable yield. I could distill this slide down to one easy sentence. How much can you take out of the environment without damaging it? Every animal has a breaking point. Most animals will reproduce, and reproduce frequently or infrequently, but there's going to be a point in time where supply is going to outweigh demand, and that is your maximum sustainable yield number. This is figured out by scientists through research, and they let the fishermen know exactly how many fish that they can get. They'll set the quotas, and ideally, we don't run out.